What's going on, YouTube? So right before we get started, I just want to point out that ANDYCINE, they did send this monitor to me for evaluation, but all opinions are my opinions. And also in this video, we'll go through the unboxing, we'll do some comparisons with the V+. We'll also definitely go through some menu settings for you guys. Just a quick menu setting. We won't go too in depth, but just enough for you guys to get started. So with all that said, let's begin. Now as for the ANDYCINE C5 unboxing, in the box, you get your typical manual book, your wipes, information about the ANDYCINE on their social media platforms. Also, within the box, you get your very nice pouch for your monitor, your accessories, your battery, your USB-C plug, and also a monitor adapter. So that is pretty cool. And also, I want to mention that I do have an Atomos pouch. Let me show you guys. Now, this is what an Atomos Ninja pouch sort of looks like, and this is what the ANDYCINE looks like as well. And I'll be quite honest, more or less, it feels the same in terms of material quality. Yeah, so basically in a nutshell, ANDYCINE is giving you a very high quality pouch, just as good as the Atomos Ninja. So there we go. Now speaking about Atomos, this is the Atomos Ninja V+, and here's the ANDYCINE C5. Let's take a quick look at some specs between each of these units. Now for the ANDYCINE C5, this monitor right here is just a touchscreen monitor. It's a 5.5-inch touchscreen monitor that's 3000 nits. It takes the NPF batteries, and also there's an HDMI input and output, and this unit costs roughly around 250 USD. Now, and as for the Atomos Ninja V+, this unit right here is a 5.2 touchscreen display, whereas the ANDYCINE is a 5.5 touchscreen display, which means that the ANDYCINE C5 is slightly bigger than the Atomos Ninja V+. And also this unit right here, the V+ is 1000 nits versus the ANDYCINE C5, 3000 nits. So already on paper, the ANDYCINE is bigger and brighter than the V+. And they both take the same NPF batteries, these Sony batteries right here, as you guys can see. Yes, I have a bunch of these right here, all different sizes. And by the way, the one that comes with the ANDYCINE, you get the USB-C right here, so you could just charge your battery right there. But anyways, they're very swappable. As you can see, I got 4 different brands and stuff. So anyways, but and of course, the biggest elephant in the room is that this unit right here can do SSD recording at 800 USD. But in this video, we won't be focusing on that. We'll be focusing on the actual monitor quality. So in the next segment, let's take a look at this brightness test. So here's the brightness test right here. On the left is the Atomos, on the right is the ANDYCINE. And already the lux level on the ANDYCINE is about 2286, whereas the V+ is 1171. Yeah, that's like almost half right there. But in order for me to balance out the same number on the ANDYCINE C5, I had to dial it down to 40%, and it kind of matches. Yeah, so there we go. So 40% with the ANDYCINE C5, you could get similar brightness on the Atomos Ninja V+. Now in this test, I jacked everything up on the ANDYCINE C5 to see the extreme brightness on this monitor, and as you can clearly see, it's more than double the V+ on the ANDYCINE C5. So there we go. So for this next test, we'll be focusing on the temperature of the monitor and also the noise of the fan, and we'll be filming the white backdrop with my Nikon Z6 II. And on the right is the room temperature, and definitely a timer to show you guys the time on this test. So here is the Atomos Ninja V+, and on room temperature, the V+ is roughly around 62 Fahrenheit. Yes, we're doing Fahrenheit, guys, no Celsius. Now here is 15 minutes after, and the temps are roughly around 86 Fahrenheit. And after 30 minutes, the room temperature is 65, but the actual unit is around 89 Fahrenheit, give or take. And after 45 plus minutes, it's roughly around 104 Fahrenheit. However, when I left the room and I came back earlier because I heard a huge fan noise, and that brought down the actual Fahrenheit about 3 degrees below. But after 1 hour, the noise level is pretty high, and the unit of the V+ is roughly around 100 Fahrenheit, give or take. Now as for the ANDYCINE C5, I dialed down the backlight down to 40% to sort of match the V Plus brightness. It's very close. It's not apples to apples, but it's very close as you saw earlier. So here is the test. At room temperature, the ANDYCINE is about 62 Fahrenheit. Now after 15 minutes, the ANDYCINE is about 87 Fahrenheit, give or take, 86. It will fluctuate, but yeah, it's in that ballpark right there. Now after 30 minutes, the ANDYCINE is roughly around 93 Fahrenheit. And after 45 minutes, the ANDYCINE is roughly around 98 Fahrenheit. And after 1 hour, it's roughly around 94 Fahrenheit. And for a quick summary, here is side by side. Here is the first 15 minutes side by side. It's roughly 1 degree warmer on the C5, give or take. 30 minutes, it's still slightly warmer on the C5 by a few degrees. And after 45 minutes, it's 103 Fahrenheit, but that's right after or before the fan kicks in to go roughly around 99-ish, so give or take. And here is 1 hour. Now as for this next test, the following day, I jacked up the backlight of the ANDYCINE to 100% rather than the 40% to match the V+. I just want to see the temps difference between the 100 to 40. So here is the first 15 minutes. It's roughly around 108 Fahrenheit. So it definitely is a lot warmer as we suspect. Here is 30 minutes, roughly around 111 Fahrenheit. Here is 45 minutes. It's roughly around 121 Fahrenheit, give or take. And here is after 1 hour, it's 122-ish, so give or take, so there we go. All right, so for this next test, we'll be looking at the false colors between the ANDYCINE versus the V+. Here is the ANDYCINE and the V+. As you can see, we're shooting at a gray car, and usually on the V+, I like to go 40 to 47 on skin tone. So green and gray on the gray car is thumbs up. And as you can see on the ANDYCINE, it's about the same. So there we go. Here is me in the scene. As you can see, more or less the same on my skin tone for the false colors. So that is pretty good to know. For the ANDYCINE C5, there's actually 2 modes. You can use the RE mode and the Spectrum mode, but I think that most people will be using the Spectrum mode over the RE mode, but at least they give you guys selection to do so. So there we go. So just wrap things up, at the end of the day, the ANDYCINE C5 versus the Atomos Ninja V+. I mean, these are 2 different kind of monitor, but monitor quality wise, I would have to say that the ANDYCINE is a lot better than the Atomos, because this unit right here, it's a lot brighter than the V+. Also, the fan noise is a lot consistent than the V+. So if you're doing post on your audio, you could actually remove that if you're using isotope, right? And also, this unit comes with a bunch of features such as waveform, vector scope, focus peaking, grid, same options you get on your V+. And also, if you want, you can load up your LUT, and it comes with preloaded S-Log LUTs in this unit as well. Actually, after this segment right here, in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough for you guys. But overall, if you're looking for a monitor to expand your camera monitor, which is like 3.2 inch on this Nikon Z6 II, definitely the ANDYCINE C5 is probably the way to go. So with all that said, thank you guys for checking me back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely click like and subscribe. And for those people that want to see my quick walkthrough, we'll do this right after now. So now that everyone has left, this is how you set up your ANDYCINE C5 monitor. First things first, let's take a look at the monitor, see what we're dealing with. Number 1, you get your power buttons on top. Number 2, you get your scrolling wheel right here. And also, it's a clicking wheel. So you could scroll down your menus and you could enter your inputs, and you could hit enter on this particular scroller right here. I'll show you guys that later on. Here's a sensor right here for your dimming. Also, here are some vents, more vents back here, and also HDMI, headphone jack, ANDYCINE, and also, by the way, there's an SD card slot. So this is for your LUTs and also firmware updates. I'll leave a link down below. You could go to their website and update or download their firmware and then update onto this monitor so you get the latest firmware. So that's pretty cool that they have that function right there. Also, this part right here, this is, I don't have it, but this is for a wireless receiver, so I cannot demonstrate that for you guys, but so apologies about that. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the wireless. I saw that in the manual book right here. 1 second. Bam, right there. Look at that, middle of the manual book. I don't need to flip, it's right there. But anyways, we won't get into the wireless adapter for this monitor. I don't have one. But anyways, let's set this up. I have my Nikon Z6 II right here, and I have my HDMI cable right here. I'm gonna plug this in. So we are plugging the HDMI in. We're gonna plug in a big battery. And let's turn it on. Here we go, here we go. Let me turn on the camera actually. So the camera is, actually you'll see what my camera is facing on right now. But the camera, there you go. The camera is facing on the ANDYCINE box. So that's something for you guys to definitely take a note of. The camera's right here. And yeah, anyways. So first things first, when you get into the monitor screen, you could do this. This is to lower or higher the volume. You can see down below, lower or higher your volume. You could do this to lower or, brighten your monitor screen right there. All right. Now there's two ways to access your menus. Number one, you can access your menus by doing that. You just flip up and down, flip up, exit, just hit the screen, and that's it. Or you could do two ways. I think you could just double tap. I'm sorry. Yeah, double tap the left side, and you could go through the menus this way. Either function still access the same menu, it's just the way it's laid out, which is pretty cool. So first things first, let's go to so now I'm scrolling down. Oh, I'm sorry. So right now what I'm doing is I'm scrolling down the wheel. So let's click assist, right? So you could go down to the assist. You could turn on your waveform if you want. So here's the waveform on, off, vector scope, on, off, histogram. Oh, I'm sorry. Histogram, on, right there, off. And focus assist, you can turn it on as you want. You can change any colors you want. Boom, boom. I usually like Reddit, but yeah. Audio meters on right there. Zebras, you could turn it on. You could dial in however you like. So that's pretty cool right there. And also check fields if you want that turned on. Now you could do a number of things right here. You could turn all these on if you want. Right? You could turn this one on, you could that one on. Now something that I noticed that you could do to get rid of all this with one touch of a button is by going to the false color, turn that one on, and you could turn that off and everything disappears. but yeah, that's something that I noticed. I don't know if that's a way they designed it, but that's something for you guys to definitely take note of. Anyways, you could click on Analyst right here, turn it on, and you get all your scopes and your waveforms and all that jazz right there. So that is pretty cool. And for a camera like the Z6 II, you don't get those functions in your system. However, with this monitor, you can definitely monitor these properties right there. So there we go. Also, let me hit the menu again. You could go to markers, crosshatch, actually, you know what? Let me turn off all of this display right here. 1 second. That's the analyst right there. Let me turn that off. Boom, off. So let's go bottom again. Crosshatch. You could turn it on you want. There you go. Very self-explanatory right there. Let's see. You could do whatever 4x4s, 5x3, whatever color you want. You can do safe areas if you want. So you could save area. Let me turn off the crosshatch at least so I don't confuse you guys. Safe area right there. Also, let's see what else you can do. Cinema guides. These are just guides right there for those folks that are on other systems. So just keep that in mind. Let me turn off the marker. I think this is the safe zone right there. And actually, let's go to the false colors. So you can turn on your false colors right there. this is a pretty cool feature to have because now when I go film, I know what to focus on with the gray car on, and just to get that 40 to 47 that I got on my Atomos Ninja V Plus. You could do the same thing here. It's still gray and greenish just to get that exposed correctly. So just letting you guys know. Let's see what else is on this that you guys should know. Let me see. Images, aspect ratio, HDR, systems. Oh yeah, right here, systems. This is very important right here. 1 second. You could see for this whole test, I had it on manual and I've just flipped it out 100%. But you can leave it on auto if you want. Got the power display on and off. You got your volume right here. OSD setup. Language, yep, I don't want to mess with that one or I'm screwed. And also the wheel. Yeah, you could play with the wheel right here. Now, let me turn off the false color. 1 second. False color. Actually, you know what? Okay, so this is a double tap. Okay, 1 second. Turn off the false color. Now, if you don't want to go through that setting, you could go through the bottom setting, the same exact function is right there as well. So this is a quick access to the same menus. It's just located at the bottom. So yeah, there we go. This is the focus peaking levels. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. It's a lot of assistant features when you're getting to video, and this monitor offers you all that options. For a camera like the Z6 II, you don't get a lot of these features in the actual camera. So this will help you compose your shot and to kind of like help you out in like basically calibrating the actual exposure. And it's just very helpful tools in this whole small package of, what is it, 5.5 inches of monitor screen for $250. That is crazy. That's insane. Let me see what else should you guys also know about this unit. 1 moment. Oh yeah, you could do LUTs in this unit. 1 moment, let me show you guys right quick. LUTs should be right here. Your user option, HDR, LUT. Now it comes with LUTs already. I think it comes with like S-Log, I believe. So you're a Sony shooter, you should be good to go. But let me show you guys. Here are the LUTs right there. You got S-Log 2, S-Log 3. You could pick and choose whatever you want. But yeah, you could import your own LUTs as well. So that's something for you guys to definitely take note of. Let me see display setup. Also, if you're outdoors, you could adjust a lot of this. And also for the brightness, contrast, saturation, you could adjust your colors here, your hue here. And this is why I didn't do a comparison with the V Plus, because for this one, you could adjust the way you like it. So it depends on what camera you have, what monitor you're trying to calibrate with. So if I were you guys, I would put this side by side together and try to, I know you guys can't see anything because now this is focusing on the table, but if I was focusing on a subject, I'll put this next to side by side and try to calibrate it as close as possible to see what the camera is looking at or the monitor is looking at. But overall, this whole unit gives you a lot of features for you to definitely dial in the way you like it. So there's no, one settings for everyone. So let me go back to that. 1 moment, let me see. LED display color, Rec 709. But yeah, there we go. Everything else is just very self-explanatory. You could do a lot of these cool functions and it comes with the monitor. But yeah, so there you have it. This is how you set up your ANDYCINE C5 monitor. So with all that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and definitely leave your comments down below if you guys got any questions. But yeah, with all that said, thank you guys for checking back again. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, right? Take it easy. Peace.